Hi guys, I'm Kat and welcome back to my channel Rising from the Illness. This week I'm going to be talking about dating with a disability and a chronic illness. If you are enjoying these videos, then please don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell and give me a big thumbs up. So like I said, I am going to be talking about dating with a chronic illness today. So let's get going. Hi guys, like I said, I'm Kat and this is my channel Rising from the Illness. If you're brand new to my channel, then welcome, and if you're returning, then hello again, thanks for coming back. So like I said, this week I want to talk to you about dating with a disability and a chronic illness. Just to give you a quick little brief of my life previously, I was married. Now, I was diagnosed before we got married, but I was with my then fiance at the time. So I was diagnosed back in 2013 and I was 23. So I've kind of suffered with the symptoms, as I said, for a long time. So my then fiance, ex-husband, knew that I was dealing with symptoms and a condition. It was nowhere near as bad as it is now. Occasional seizures of lesions, mobility issues, but again, not as bad as they were. And to be honest, he just didn't get it. Now, this is not me slating my ex whatsoever. He's not a bad guy. He just wasn't the guy for me at all. Some people deal with illnesses better than others, and he just didn't get it, which is absolutely fine. You know, everyone's different and everyone deals with things differently. He couldn't get his head around the fact that one day I would be bubbly, jumpy cat, like, and then the next day I couldn't get out of bed and I was really struggling. And I don't know, he just couldn't kind of get his head around the fact that that was actually my life. I don't know if he thought I was exaggerating or being dramatic, or I don't know, but it was just something that he couldn't understand. And I did take him to London, to the Centre of Excellence at the Royal London. It's near Whitechapel. He sat in on all my appointments and he really asked the questions. He asked, why is it that one day she's fine and the next day she's not? And they basically said, this is a really rare and serious condition. It's just how it is with this condition. You need to support your wife. And I remember we came out of the hospital, and I remember saying to him, do you understand a bit more now? Do you get it a bit more now? And I remember him turning to me and saying, you can't use this as an excuse though. And I never quite got that. He really struggled with it, and I tried to get someone to explain so he could understand it more, but he came back with just saying I couldn't use it as an excuse. And I think I really struggled at the time, especially of diagnosis, before diagnosis, of, I don't want to say mood swings, but being very frustrated and angry, and I didn't understand. I didn't know what was going on with my body and I didn't get it. I don't know if he meant that if I was having a strop I couldn't blame it on my illness, which I would never do. I'm quite open, honest, and you know, if I've done something wrong or I've had a bit of a strop, I'll put my hands up and say sorry. You know, it might take me half an hour, but I will admit if I've had a strop for no reason. But at that time, I'm going to be totally honest with you, I probably was a bit of a nightmare at times because I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't understand what was going on with me, and of course that's going to affect everyone. You know, it got to a stage as well then when I found out about my dad's brain tumour and we were losing my dad. I had horrendous moments as well. I mean, I wasn't just dealing with my illness, I was dealing with losing my dad. Yeah, I totally sort of pushed him away then as well. And you know, I'll put my hands up and say that I would not have been easy to live with at that time. I'm a lot better now. I understand my condition. It's managed better. Back then, I had no clue what was going on to me. And even though now my symptoms are so much worse, mentally I'm in a lot better state. So when I was with my husband, he just didn't get it. And I don't think it's the fact he didn't want to get it, he just didn't get it. And that's fine, everyone's different. And like I said, this isn't a slag off my ex-husband rant or video. I'm just trying to give you a background into my relationship before and my relationship now. So that's given you just like a little brief history of what happened before. And my husband then left, which absolutely broke me. It was just after my dad died, and I just didn't know what had happened to my life. It literally just blown up, and I was at a stage where I was married for a good few years. We were just buying a house together. Like, everything was kind of slotting into place, and then everything just went. And, you know, that was it. So for a while I didn't want anyone else in my life. I didn't want to date. That was it really for me. I just given up with kind of being in a relationship. I did kind of lean on a male friend who I was open about not wanting a relationship with him, but I needed like company. But I knew in my head I didn't want anything else at the time, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to kind of let go to the life that I had, if that made sense. But it got to a point where I'd kind of left the anger of my ex-husband leaving me. I'd left that all in the past, and it wasn't anger anymore. It was kind of a bit of relief, and I was kind of thankful to him for doing it, because I realised then that he'd done me a favour. We weren't right together. Like I said, he's not a bad guy. He's just wasn't the guy for me, and I definitely wasn't the girl for him. And I just started thinking, you know, I don't want to be on my own. I do want to find someone. I want to find someone who's right for me, but then who's going to want me? Who's going to want the broken toy on the shelf when there's loads of shiny Barbies and shiny dolls and nice toys? No one's going to want the reduced one. And that's how I felt about myself. That is exactly how I felt about myself. So I was then at a stage where I didn't know how to meet people because I didn't go anywhere, and a lot of the time I was just in my pyjamas. At the time I had a tube on my face, and I don't know, I was still really conscious about that. I just thought, well, that's going to put someone off straight away, you know. But my friends, there was a few of us girls who were all single, and one of my friends said, oh, I've found this new sort of dating app. It's called Hinge. It's just a little bit nicer than the other ones, kind of like Tinder and stuff, you know. There just seems a few more people that actually want to date rather than, you know. I just looked like I was having a fit then. I really wasn't. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll try that. I'll do a profile. And I really struggled with my profile and pictures. A lot of the time when I have the tube on my face, I'd take half a face photo so you couldn't see the tube, which I still do now. And Chris always says to me, you don't have to take half a face now, you haven't got your tube. And I think I just got used to it. I did go on one date with the tube, and my friend said, you've got balls. You've got a lot of balls to do that. She said, I'm not sure if I do that. And thinking about it, yeah, I did. You know, that's quite, I don't know. I just didn't, I think because it was just part of my face, sometimes I just forget it's there. But after that one, I thought, you know what, no, I don't think I'm ready to be out there with the tube, and just, I don't know, it's just a vulnerability, isn't it? I then had the tube removed, and the tube was put into my stomach, and I felt a little bit more confident and comfortable now. That I know it's awful, but having the tube on my face, I just knew that people would just swipe no straight away because of the tube. And that is awful, but that's just what dating apps are, aren't they? They're not about getting to know the person first, it's a picture first. I then had the tube in my stomach. I posted some pictures of me, you know, without the tube on my face, and it was great. But then I came to the kind of difficult decision of what to actually say on my dating profile. Do I be honest? Do I be a little bit honest? And then if I like someone, open up even more? It's really difficult, you know. I couldn't just post pictures of me looking fine. I don't mean fine as in hot, I just mean fine as in healthy. I couldn't post pictures of me looking healthy because that's not me, and I didn't want to deceive anyone or get someone into something that they didn't want to be into. So I was very honest. I think I did put a picture of me in the wheelchair, but then other pictures as well. And I think on Hinge, it's like questions. So I think it said like, what would you say if I told you? And then I just put that I'm battling a chronic health condition, but it doesn't stop me living my life. And I got quite a few responses from that, from people saying, you know, that wouldn't bother me at all. And again, I was chatting to a few people, I went on a few dates, and I was honest and open as I could be. But I knew that something wasn't right if I didn't feel comfortable and had to hide my tube. That's when I knew. And I was looking for someone who I wanted a relationship with, who would accept me for who I was. And if I felt like I had to kind of tuck the tube or not wear crop tops or whatever, then that person wasn't for me. And you know, it takes a big person to accept chronic health conditions. It's not like you're with someone and then they become ill. You are taking on that person knowing that they have health conditions and issues and problems. So I went on a couple of dates, and then it's not that they didn't work out, it was fine, it just didn't sit right with me, it wasn't comfortable for me, so I deleted the app. And then a little bit of time went by, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to just try again. I'll try one more time, and I'll see what happens, and And again, I was open and honest, and someone called Chris liked my picture. And I went onto his profile, and I was like, this dude's cool. He likes going on adventures, and he's had these pictures in all these locations and places, and I thought, oh, he's cool. So I went on one of his pictures, and I just said, this is really cool, where's your next adventure? And he messaged me back, and he said, oh, I'm going to Peru in a month. That's amazing. He said, have you got any adventures booked? And I said, no, not at the moment, I'm just not well enough. If I'm at full health again, I would absolutely love to do that. So anyway, we just started chatting, and it just felt so natural, and I felt I could be really open with him about my condition, about my tube. And then it turns out that he's actually a virologist, a scientist, so he really totally got like the autoimmune disease and everything. I really just opened up to him, and I told him about my tube willy at the time, which is what I called my feeding tube, hung between my legs, and it wasn't difficult, it was just easy with him. And he just got to know me. We went out on a date, we just went for a drink, and we just spent hours talking. And this was probably a week or so before he was going to Peru for 3 weeks. So I was gutted. I was like, well, I've just met this cool dude and he's leaving me for 3 weeks. But we met again before he left, and again, it was just so easy and lovely. And I didn't want him to go to Peru without him knowing that actually I quite like this guy. So I proper planted a kiss on him. And he didn't back away, so that's brilliant, that's all good. So then the whole time he was in Peru, we were chatting, messaging, he was sending me photos, and then when he got back, it just clicked. We met up a few times, it was just so easy. And then it got to the stage where we were ready for a bit of hanky-panky, And he said to me, if you want to leave your top on, don't feel like you have to because of my tube. And I felt like, no, I'm comfortable with you. And that's when I knew that I was with the right person, because I didn't feel embarrassed or ashamed, because I knew that he just took me for who I was. So we met back I think we started talking in September 2019. So obviously we've not really had a lot of time to go places or do much because everything happened with COVID. But we did go away in 2019 in December to a Christmas market. We went to Dublin in January 2020. We'd only been together for a few months then, and how he was with me was amazing. We flew to Dublin, I was in the wheelchair. It was just brilliant. There's been a lot of times where I've worried that it's going to put him off. The first time I had a fit, the first time I lost my vision, I just got really upset that it was going to put him off, but it didn't. And he said to me so many times, those symptoms and your condition aren't you. You're awesome, you're an awesome person. And he was actually the first one to say I love you, because I'd lost my vision and I got so upset and I went so quiet, and he said, you're worried, aren't you, that I'm going to leave you? And I said, yeah, I am. I said, you shouldn't have to deal with this. And he said, I want to deal with this. I love you. This is us now. Like, I will be here for you. Which was just amazing. It just, I can't even tell you how amazing it is for someone to accept me as I am. That's all I ever wanted, and he's just amazing. And I do big him up so much, and I'm not gonna lie, we do have our struggles. We do. He struggles, I struggle. Sometimes we just get really frustrated, not with each other, just with the illness. I'll get frustrated because he shouldn't have to deal with it. He gets frustrated because it's something that is affecting me so badly that I can't control. And we do have moments of like, what's our future going to hold, or why can't we be like a normal couple? But that's normal because we're human and he's human. And I always say to him, if you ever get frustrated with it, don't hide it. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to feel frustrated, because it's not a normal situation. It's not normal that you have to watch your girlfriend or your partner go through that. And I said, I've not seen like a partner go through that, but I've watched my dad go through a horrendous illness and see him struggle and see this illness take over his life. And I know how frustrating that was as a daughter, that like, why is my dad going through this, and how just frustrated that I got with it, and angry and everything that comes with it. So I said to him, I totally get it. Obviously not the partner part, but someone that I loved. Although I talk like everything's roses, it's not all the time. It's not, and it never will be, because it's horrible thing that we have to deal with. But the fact that I've got him to help me through it, and we laugh through it, and he helps me so much to stay positive, and you know, and he just totally gets it. If I need a day of rest and need to be in bed, then that's absolutely fine. And he's got to a point now where he can read me like a book. He knows when I'm ill, and he knows that a lot of the time, well, all of the time, I work on a CAT scale, where I'll always say I'm okay. I'm never okay, but I'll always say I'm okay. But okay is kind of Kat's level of okay, where I can just kind of deal with it. He knows when I'm really, really bad, as in like have to go to hospital bad, because I will admit that I'm feeling a bit poorly, which actually means I feel horrendous. And when it's really bad, I literally have like tears in my eyes trying to fight back, and he knows then. He can just read me so well. He knows I can't lie. I can't fib around him and tell him that I'm all right, because he just knows. He knows. It's lovely that I can feel so comfortable with him, and I always try and hide it from everyone, and it's not that I don't want him to know, it's just how I am, how I react to things. I just don't like making a big deal of things. I just want to try and soldier on, and I don't want to go to hospital, so I just try and, you know, fob it off. He doesn't let me do that though, so yeah, I'm just so lucky that I've got him. I was going to say to look after me, but I'm not lucky for that. I'm not lucky that I've got him to look after me, because I can look after myself. I'm fine. I'm lucky that I've got someone in my life who loves me for who I am and who I can spend my life with, because I know that he is the one for me and I'm the one for him, and we get each other. And I really just wanted to share my experience with dating with a disability and a chronic illness, because I see so many posts about people saying that they're never going to find someone who will accept them, and I speak to so many people, and you know, that was my story, that was me, and I've found someone, and okay, maybe not everyone will be that lucky, but I honestly think they will be. I honestly think they will be. The wheelchair, the walker, the crutches, the walking sticks, the feeding tube, the vomiting, everything. I was going to say pooing myself, but Chris hasn't experienced that. Chris has accepted everything, and he got to know me and fell in love with me, not any of that stuff. And I just know that will happen for anyone right now who's watching this, worried that they're not going to find the right person because that person won't accept their condition or their illness. If they don't accept your illness or your condition, then they're not for you and they're not worth it. There will be someone out there who falls for you and you alone, for who you are and what you stand for and the amazing person that you are, and everything else will just become irrelevant. And that's exactly what it was like for Chris. He's actually busy at the moment, but a little bit later on I will get him to pop on and just say hello, just so you can kind of meet him. If you follow my social media, you'll recognise him, because I post a few bits about him here and there, because he's a big part of my life, as are my family and my dog. You know, I post all about them because they are who have shaped me and helped me and supported me, and you know, I'll be forever grateful for them. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to share that story just to give some people hope that it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, because the right person will love you for you. And yeah, that's it really. But yeah, if you want to follow my story, like I said, on my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, that kind of thing, I'm at Rising from the Illness, exactly the same as my YouTube channel. And please don't forget to subscribe to my videos so you don't miss any more. Of course, who would want to miss me rambling on for 20 minutes about different parts of my life? But as you guys know, the reason why I'm doing this is to raise awareness for rare, chronic, invisible illnesses, disabilities, and to reach out a hand to share my story, so that hopefully someone out there will know that they're not alone. And I know that I'm not the only person who would have gone through the issues and experiences that I have. This is me opening up, saying, guys, you're not on your own. If you want to contact me on Instagram, send me a message, drop me a comment below, anything like that, please feel free to do so, because this is what I'm here for. I've been through it, I've been through the rough, I'm still going through it now, but I really want to help those struggling. So get in touch with me, drop me a comment if you're enjoying these videos. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, then please feel free, let me know. I'm always open to new suggestions and to talking about my life and opening up. Like you've probably seen, I try and be as totally honest as I can, just to help as much as I can. So yeah, thanks so much for listening. I'm going to stop this video now, and then a bit later on when Chris is home, I will get him in just so that he can say hello and you can see his beautiful face. Hi, so I'm back, and as promised, I am going to introduce you to my boyfriend Chris. He is here waiting in the wings. Ta-da! Say hello! So I have been telling everyone how we met and how you basically didn't judge me for my disability and saw me, and how it does get frustrating, but but the good times outweigh the bad. So I just thought it'd be nice for them to see you. So this is Chris. I want to take some bets as to how many comments or how long it takes for someone to ask if my boyfriend's Declan Donnelly.
Obviously not.
And he's a Geordie. This is Chris, my boyfriend, the one that I always talk about. And I'm going to leave you now, but please remember, if you do like my videos, then click that subscribe button, the notification bell, and give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching, guys.